wherever you are in the world, wherever you're watching from. My name is Denise Porter, aka DCD on Instagram. I'm here today to celebrate the 50th birthday of a very close friend of mine, an accredited businessman, an Instagram fashion influencer, artist, blogger, painter, fashionista, clothing line, owner of Gods of Fashion, motivational speaker, and to top it off, Lord Sebastian. Welcome. Wow.
Long awaited.
Finally, we have you in the house. Happy birthday.
Thank you very much.
So good to see you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. It's been a while, isn't it?
It's been a while.
Meant to be here from last year.
Yes, from last year, but you've been traveling. You've got a bit of a tan right now, so
yeah, always out there. A lot of
come
stuff.
Back from somewhere?
Always be on the road and always on the road and stuff like that. But I'm glad to be here.
I'm happy to have you, honestly.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
And you're looking well as usual.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, amen.
Thank you.
Sebastian is here now.
So, as it's your birthday today, I have given you the pleasure of having some Patron. I know it's one of your favorite drinks. And there is a cigar just for you. So indulge. Feel free to indulge.
It's Cuban as well.
It is.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah. Thank you very much.
No
problem. It's been a good birthday so far.
And I hope that it just remains that way.
Yeah.
So
it will.
let's dive into it.
Yeah.
Come on now. So,
can I have a drink?
Oh yes, of course. Help yourself, please. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I offered you, and sorry. Go ahead. Thank you. So. To more life, more health, more love, more peace, more abundance in Jesus' name.
Thank you very much.
Amen. You're welcome.
Amen. Thank you very much.
Amen. So, I'm going to start off. Where were you born?
Where was I born? I was born in Jamaica, you know? Kingston, Jamaica, in a place called Ligani, Standpipe to be exact. I was born at Houston University Hospital, the West Indies, but my mom was living in Standpipe at the time.
Okay, so were you born into a two-parent home?
No, I wasn't born into a two-parent home, but I know my dad. My dad was always in the community where I grew up with my mom and my brother, my older sister, and my younger brother. My brother is about 2 years younger than me. Okay. So it was always my mom, my sister, and my brother. But my dad was close by. He's always in the community.
You know what I meant to say, because some people may find it, I mean, many people don't ask this type of question, but when your mother went through her pregnancy, was she going through a pregnancy by herself, or was your father around during that pregnancy?
From the stories my mother told me, my dad was never around.
Okay.
From the story that she told me, son. Yeah, so it's always my mom with me, my sister, and my brother. Yeah, my dad wasn't, he wasn't around at that time.
Okay.
Yeah, but he was always there in our community. Community I'm from, Standpipe.
Yeah.
My dad always lived there to this day. Okay. He's never moved, ever since I know my dad. So he's always in the community with us, but he's never a part of the whole household, never a part of anything in my house. I've never seen my dad at any house I've been to where my mom was concerned.
So you say that as long as you've known your dad, so was your dad involved in your toddler days, maybe the age of 2, the ages of 3? Was he ever there?
Again, my dad was always there. He was always there, but he wasn't active as in my household. Was he supportive? I've never seen the supportive bit of my dad. But he could. I've seen the bit where he could have been supportive if given a chance. Yeah, my dad would be more supportive if given a chance. But I don't think he was given a fair chance, or he didn't take a fair chance of being more supportive. Yeah.
But when you say a fair chance, was it that your mother said, "I don't want anything to do with you," or was your father just, I don't know, what was, when you say a fair chance, can you describe to the viewers give us a little bit more?
From ever since I've known my mom, and that's from a very small age, from about 3 to 5, when I saw senses start kicking, I've never actually heard my mom speak positive
of your father
in where my father is concerned. He's always a bad man. He's always a woman beater. He's always a worthless. He's always dirty. He's always a thief. He's always something and that's bad.
These were just words your mum was just
These are
spewing
just
out as
words
he was
ever
growing
since I know
up.
myself.
This isn't nothing that you ever witnessed, because
To this day.
to say he was a woman beater, and you never
I've never witnessed
that,
my
'cause you
dad
never
being
grew up
angry in
the
any
same
form or way.
household.
I've never witnessed my dad being angry in any form or way.
So when
in
did
any
you-
form or way. He was never being angry towards me, or I've never seen. Yeah, I think I've witnessed him being angry once, but that for later. Once.
Don't
And
worry.
that anger was towards my mom in a very bad, rude, disrespectful way.
Okay.
But yeah, apart from that, he's never hit me. He's never shouted at me growing up. He's never, and we didn't spend a lot of time together. For example, for like the period of 6 months, I see my dad 3 times, and we're from the same community, just like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, always living 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes max away from my dad. And I've only seen him probably twice every six months. And it's because of what my mom told me about him.
Yes.
He's bad. He's walk with knife.
So you was apprehensive to go and spend time with your father?
Exactly.
Right.
And he's always welcomed me. I could always go to my dad's home.
So when did you start going to dad's home then?
My mom used to send me to him from I was quite young to pick up money. But majority of the time when she sent me, I don't go. I'll just go and come back and say, oh, he's not there. I've been waiting for 3 hours, 5 hours. Because I was so scared of my dad. What my mom built up in me, I didn't want to see this man.
Yes.
He's evil, he's horrible. Why am I going to see him? Oh, he might be killing me, he's going to kill me. And that's how I grew up, resenting my dad.
Yes,
You
yes.
understand?
Because what you've been
Because
told
of what I've been
and
told.
heard.
He's so evil. You understand? So even sometimes when my mom sent me to pick up money from him to aid me through school, he would give me when he have it. Don't get me wrong, he's not a mean person. But I wouldn't go. I would just go somewhere to go play with my friend, come back, pretending like,
What would you say to
he's
your
not
mum
there.
by the time you got back? And she said,
I
where's
said-
the money that I saved for?
I said, Mom, I've been waiting, and she start her thing. Yeah, I told you he's worthless, he know he's coming.
Yeah.
It's Friday, he get paid. My friend just passing down the gully bank drinking,
Did you feel
smoking.
guilty? Did you feel guilty?
No, I'm happy.
Because you're saying to your mum, he's not around, I didn't see him.
No, I'm happy, and that happened majority of the times.
Okay.
When she sent me to see him, and that happened, as I said, majority of the time. But I didn't feel guilty. I just want to, oh, mommy, yeah, heard it all before. I just want to go play now.
Yes.
You understand? My mama will figure it out anyway. She will provide lunch, dinner, break, or whatever we're having. She will provide that anyway. I will go to school, and my mom will make sure that anyway. I don't know why she even bother send me to her dad, my dad anyway.
Okay.
And stuff.
So at what point did you say, okay, you know what? I gotta be a man. I gotta face my father. What point did you face your dad?
To this point, to be honest.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm 50-year-old. Yeah, and I don't know if my dad's gonna see this. Hope he will see this. I'm still afraid of my dad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even today, if I'm going to see, when I visit Jamaica, when I'm going to see my dad, I'm visiting or anything, or take stuff for him or anything, I take out my earrings or my nose stud. If I don't take out my earring, I'll definitely take out my nose stud. You understand? And I definitely try look presentable. Just like when I was 3, 4, 5, 6 years old,
Yeah.
I'll always look presentable. My shirt in my pants, like my hair comb. You understand? My shirt well put together, my pants on my waist, my shoes. I can't have my shoes there swinging. You tell me off for that. Who am I to let that big bad killer tell me off? You understand? You're mad.
Yes.
You know, one look.
Of course.
You understand? And he never used, you get me? So that's the image I have from that. Today I'm still scared of my, but I don't show it as much. I don't show it as much because now today when I see my dad, we reason like brother.
Yeah.
But I still give him his boundaries, respect.
Okay, so before the brother reasoning, let's go back a few in school. When you was in school, how did you show your dad that you were Kevin, the literate one, you can spell, read, write? What was that like for dad? Did dad ever take on your schooling? Did he ever present himself at the school, show himself?
I've never seen my dad at any other school. My primary school was like 2 minutes walk. I went to a primary school, New Providence Primary. I went to a basic school. The first school I went to was a school called Miss Drew in Standpipe. It was a lady from the community, and she decided to accredit herself with the knowledge to teach kids, less privileged kids from the community, Miss Drew. And I was an A-star student at that time, I remember clearly. So I didn't have no problem with learning and so forth, where my dad would sit me down, and because I always quick on the mark to go. Bam, I learned like that. But the best example I could give you pertaining to your question is, one day I visit my dad, and he came in the room. I was there just messing about in his house. He said, "Can I spell your name?" I remember that today. I doubt if I had sense. I doubt I was more than 5. I was probably 4 or 3.
Okay.
I remember that clearly today. And he said, "Can you spell your name?" I was like, "Yeah, K-I-E." And he said, "Okay, cool, calm down, yeah." So he said to me, I remember carefully, he said to me, "I'm going outside." Yeah, because he's always hang out on the roadside with his friend. He's young. "I'm going outside. When I come back, I want you to spell my name for me, yeah? 10 minutes. So my dad went outside. Within, I don't know how I do it, but within that 10 minutes, I learned to spell my name. First name, second name, last name. Then I learned to spell it back way.
Yes.
I remember up to way big man. I could spell my name back way.
Wow.
First, second, and third.
Wow.
So when he come in, I spell my name. I even threw him my address as a surprise. Like, you know what? Fuck it. Here's my address, and here's your address. I know your address, and I know my school address.
Yeah.
He was so surprised. He wasn't surprised. He was so proud of me, and we have a combination of that. But yeah, my dad always good instill like we don't speak a lot, but when we do speak, he always say like, "Get into a sport, Kevin. You understand? Read."
Was it kind of like the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom with your dad?
It seems like it.
Because
it seems like
to understand and make sure that, look, I can spell my name forward, I can spell it backward, just in case he wants an address. You really, so it means that you got to really I don't know if are you fearful of your dad, or is it that you hold him in high esteem?
High esteem. I'm always fearful because, as I said, pertaining to what my mom said, that pushed fear in me. I think my mom put fear in me, not my dad.
Yeah.
But like I was more very respectable of his view, of him, his pace, his everything. Even now, I'm mindful of everything surrounding him. I have my dad in high regards. Growing up, seeing him, his level of intellectuality. I have him in high regards. You understand? When he speaks to me, he drops gems. It's not much. Plenty time he speak to me, but when he does, back then, he's always give me knowledge of politics. I remember he was the first one told me about Fidel Castro and the CIA. Wow. He was the first one told me how politics run and how politics go, what's the red stand for, what's the blue stand for, how we help hold down black people as a whole. You understand? My dad teach me them things from about 5, 6, 7, 8 going up. You understand? Whenever time I've seen, he told me about school, everything. He told me I must be the best in school, take everything I can from school.
Yes.
You understand? Yeah.
So it seems like your dad was kind of doing the manly role. So even though he wasn't living in the household raising you, he saw fit to make sure, I need to make sure Kevin knows these things. I need my boy to be a man.
I think he had high hopes for me. For you. But he didn't have the time.
Yes.
You understand? I think he had high hopes for me as his only child at the time.
But I think the time that he was spending with you, that time he made sure that time counted for something. It meant something to him. Made sure my son can spell. My son knows about this. He knows, He
went to a prominent high school in Kingston as well. His mom, which is my grandmother, my auntie Dana and Uncle Preston, they're very intellectual mentally.
Yes.
You understand? So I think he wanted to instill, but he didn't have the time, and I didn't get the time. But the little gem, he just gems.
Always dropping gems.
He's always dropping
making
little,
sure that you know
making sure that
something.
You get me. Something happened.
Yeah.
Gilbert happened. I went to see him. He said, "Oh." Like he would just question me on whatever current affairs happening, and I have to be quick on the mark.
That's good. That's good. And how? Okay, so your father had that type. Did he ever discuss? I mean, you might have been too young, but did he ever say to you, "I'm sorry that I'm not there for you and your mother. I'm not around you and your siblings"? And did he ever express any kind of remorse for not being in your life, or did you just understand as a child? Maybe it just wasn't meant to be.
I don't think he have any remorse growing up and it's not a remorse thing because as I said, I grew up close with my dad. He was always across the road if needed. But I didn't make time or sense. I didn't make the effort. I think I didn't make the effort for that. You understand? Because I could have go to him every day, any day. And it wouldn't be remorse as well because his mom, my dad's mom, which is my grandmother, rest her soul, my granny, you understand? She was living in our area as well. It's like a triangle. where my dad was there, we was living there, my grandmother was living there with my
So
two.
you was close-knit?
Well, I was close to my dad family, my auntie Dana, my uncle Preston, my auntie Cheryl, that's my dad's siblings and stuff like that. And my grandma was there. She was there with her husband as well. And my two uncles, which is my age group. I grew up with my dad family. So I was we were close, but I just didn't have that closeness with my dad. But there's no remorse of stuff. When my dad isn't there, I just go to my grandmother and say, him not come from America yet. And just reel out, I breast them one side, I reel out, I say, hey, don't tell him say me give you know, still go down there go wait for him.
Yes,
still go down there go wait for him, make him give you more
Extra.
money. You understand? That's my grandmother. You understand? So as I said, when my mom sent me to my dad, I don't go. Most time my grandmother give me money.
So,
you understand? It's not my dad, it's my grandmother used to give me money. Rest of soul, my granny. That's Lily and Joseph.
Yes.
You understand? I love you so much. Rest of soul, Lily and Joseph. But yeah, my grandmother and my auntie as well, Auntie Dana. If my dad not there, my grandmother probably gonna go do a little hustling. My auntie, like my dad's small sister, she older than me, she said, pop me off a thing to and say, all this. You see me?
So you was always looked after?
I was always looked after by my dad's set of family. And plus, as I said, my two uncles, which is my dad's younger brothers, because my grandmother had two boys when she was late, a bit older. So we grew up together. So I was always at my grandmother's yard, drinking porridge. And my grandmother porridge are the best porridge. Drinking porridge, play with me. And sometimes even when my mom have time hard, she would send me to my grandmother's yard. She said, go to your father. You understand? I would just go to my grandmother's yard just to hang out with my uncles and stuff like that. So it wasn't a regret. The thing what my dad didn't do, I don't know if it's good or bad, he's never spoke about my mom. He never spoke about my mom, good or bad. You understand? He's never mentioned her in any derogatory way or any special way. I don't know if he blocked her out. He doesn't speak to me.
But he recognizes you.
He loves me. My dad,
I love you.
Yeah. But he doesn't recognize, he give my mom no recognition at all. Ever since I know him, the most, if he do say, the most he say like, how's your mom? You get me? And I say, she good enough.
Oh,
you
that's
understand?
a little bit of recognition, because if you said something was wrong with mom, maybe he may have shown more. But
no, I don't think.
But mom was evidently strong.
Mom was
going
strong.
to school.
Yeah.
How did you pack lunches? How did you manage to? I don't know how Jamaica's system set up. So, did you have to? Was mum having to pack lunches for you? Give you money for school? Did dad contribute money for school? Was it always grandma, like you said, rest her soul in peace? How was you managing through school? How was school? School
was great. I enjoy school, little early parts. As primary school, my mom is only my mom. As I said, occasionally when I go to see my dad, he give me a little treat. Just occasionally. My grandmother, I could know that my grandma is there. I could always jump the fence. Where I grew up in Standpipe, I have my mom's set of family there, and I have my dad's set of family there. You understand? So, like, you know, Jamaica family grew up family, but it was mainly my mom.
Right.
You understand? As I said, I have my mom, auntie Girlie, live up the road with my other cousins, be a girl, Valdine, Vasita, PH, and she have about 15 girls. It's not so much. Sorry, my cousin. You understand? But my auntie Girlie is very fruitful when it comes on to girls.
Yes.
And so it was, and then I have my next auntie, that's my mom auntie, my other grandmother, my sisters. She had Makai, Angel. Those are my cousins and my big cousins. Yeah, we grew together. So
everybody.
We always have a strong family. I always have a strong. To this day, I have a strong family bond in Standpipe. So I wasn't like alone, but majority of the time now, what to the physical eye, just my mom, my brother, and my sister. It just us grew up. Like it was all my mom. Support me at school, primary school, pack lunch, everything. It's for mom, if needed. When she don't have it, we go without.
But in school, what was your relationship with the teachers, with your peer group then? So you're in school now, so mum's sending you to dad's, but you're like, you know what, I don't really want to see my dad right now. You've got all these siblings, all these first, second and third cousins, and then you're at school, and then you're growing up in school. How did you manage in school itself? I always love school. I go to school every day, without lunch money, without uniform. I love school. I go to school every day. Yeah.
I love school. I'm managing school. It's tricky because with the teachers and my peers, that's the student who is recognized in my class and in my school. I'm that student.
Why was he recognized? Go figure.
And as I said, with my dad, I give my dad credit to this. When I was in basic school, growing up at the age of 5, my brain have to be mature to see my dad. You understand? So in primary school, I'm already ahead of a lot of my peers. You understand? Number one, I was born with an artistic talent. Ever since I know myself, I could draw naturally good. I could look at you and sketch you with charcoal.
I've seen your paintings.
Pastel, whatever. I'm great as that.
Yeah.
So ever since I know myself, because of that talent that God have gave me from a little side, ever since I'm in 1st grade, basic school, I'm good at starting my O's.
Yeah.
You know when you got that book leaf and you write 3 O's.
Cursive.
That's what you call it?
Yeah, in America we call it cursive.
Okay.
It's a cursive writing.
So you see my cursive's writing, yeah? I was fluent at that, and I get it at first go. So it doesn't matter what letter from the alphabet, like I would keep it on the lines. Like I said, she said, don't go over the line.
Yeah.
So ever since basic school, back to primary school, I keep my education, my thing up. I'm always ahead.
I'm sorry to cut you, but I have to look for the English readers just to let them know. We say cursive in the USA, and you guys say joint up. Joined up.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
Okay.
They say joined up. So just to let them know, so yes.
Yeah. So my peers respect me for that, because I always help my peers. Ever since I know myself in school, I always help my peers with their work.
Yeah.
You understand? Some peers love me for that. Always have more knowledge. Like I'm not saying that we've got students who's very important and have a lot of knowledge as well, just as me, but not many.
So you never skipped school? You was always in school?
If school now keep me there at school, I'm that student. If school now keep, if it's insects here, we don't have insect day in Jamaica, but if it's insects there, I'm in school. We're doing something on the ball field.
Regardless.
And that's on primary school. We're doing something on ball field, or in Jamaica at that point. If your class, you don't have a class, you could join your mate's class. You could go next door in a class and just spend the day. I've never missed school. You understand? Because I was so quick on learning, my teachers all love me.
Yeah.
My teachers all love me. I remember in 4th grade, about 4 teachers turned up at my mom's house, and pressuring her for me to start going to the library. What
was so special why the teachers used to come to your house?
Because I was quick. I was quick on my books. I was very quick on my book. I was quick. Okay. Ever since I've got two. Ever since I know myself, I'm good at music, and I'm good at art. Those two are natural. In primary school, when we used to jump corps and play the bands, I was good at instruments. I was good at writing music. At that time, I was writing a lot because my dad used to encourage me to write. So I write my own collection comics. I would have books and books and books of comics. I would also have books that I write songs. My art teacher, ever since then, to back now when I used to go uni, like my art teacher is always fond of my work and my talent, my natural talent.
Yeah.
And music, if I participate in music.
We're talking about primary though. Don't go into uni yet, because we're here right now. So I just want to know why they took such an interest in you. They'd come to your home and they'd tell mum, you know.
Yeah, they would tell mum to get his birth paper, he needs to take common entrance. You get me? But some kids are naturally gifted. You understand? So everything the teacher will be teaching, he already knows that.
Yeah.
You understand? So I was one of them kids. You understand? For example, when we in art, in art and they say draw the Jamaican flag or the Jamaican map, naturally I could draw that, and every parish will be the same and have the exact borders between each other. I'll do it accurate.
You'd be able to do that.
You understand? From my head, and I was, as I said, I was good at art.
So they had faith in you.
They have faith in me. They have high hopes in me.
This guy, if his parents back him, if we push him, he will make it.
Yes.
So, did you go through or did you drop out of school?
No, I was a focus on school. I was more focused on having fun as a child, growing up with my friends and seeing my friends in the same class, we laugh, we chat.
Your friends.
My friends.
Your friends.
I'm more focused because I have close friends in primary school. I have best friends in primary school, both male and female. I have people that I search for, even today I'm searching for people on Facebook. I had fun.
To find them,
so it was more of fun to me.
Yeah.
You understand? But I wasn't learning because I said I was ahead. I know everything.
No, that's fair enough, but your teachers, they saw something in you.
They saw the amazement.
They saw,
yes,
this man, if we can just get him in the right place, right time, he can achieve so much, but you
but I was just
enjoying life.
I was enjoying.
You was enjoying your friends.
My friends. The school was climbing up from one pole to the next one in Providence, New Providence Primary. Was messing around the jumps. Was doing very active. But when it comes to schoolwork, I would do my schoolwork correctly. I finished my work quick on time just to go play.
Where did Chipsy come from? Sorry.
Chipsy come later on when I was in secondary school.
Okay, later on. Okay, so we'll go back then. So the friends that weren't concentrating, how did you manage to deal with them?
The funny thing is, the friends that weren't concentrating, I'm closer to them than the friends that are concentrating. Say for example, 30 kids in the class. I'm with the 5 that's concentration. I'm in that group because always up front. I'm in that group. Me now, my friends that wasn't, they was always in the back.
So the ones that weren't concentrating, they was in the back.
But those are my good friends. Those are my good friends. And so I would be there on my work at the front, and I feel a ball slap me in my head back. And I turn around. So I'm always distracted in the class because my friends that wasn't concentrating was very. I just see the teacher giving work and the flashlight shining on the teacher.
Oh wow, okay.
That's that. It's just my friends that just very distracted in the class. Yeah, okay. I was a part of that.
Yes.
But I get my work done.
Yes.
You get it?
Okay.
I was a part of the distraction in class.
But you still get
giving jokes.
So you never ever got caught then?
I get caught.
You got caught?
Yeah, I was part of that.
So the friends throwing a ball and was he the one that kick out
friends
loud?
Putting bum gum in your seat and kick. You look back. Listen, when I grew up in the area, you can't have skinhead trim.
Yes.
You be there doing your work and you're bow in the head back.
What a slap.
Yeah, and when you look back, you see 8 of your friends laughing. They say, oh, you can't do nothing here. They look back and say, I'll get you back. You get me? That's my era I grew up in. You get me? You can't have any Kojak hairstyle or any, look at me, you just fun. Yes. Just fun. You be walking and have a sticker on your back, say, kick me. Yeah. Your friend stick something on your back. So that's what my
Did you ever get that? A sticker
no, my friend never give it that. But I've done it because I'm the artist who would design that. Yes. I'm the orchestrator of such evil techniques. You get me?
Not evil, fun. You're having fun.
I enjoy school. That's what I said. Even if we're having a rainstorm summer, bad or good, I've always in school. Okay. Maybe I'm not in the classes, but I'm in school. And when I'm in front of a teacher, I do my work.
So
and I also do work
primary.
So
we're talking primary, and this is all fun. So let's go a bit deeper now. So you leave primary, you make it to secondary. So in the UK, I think secondary is they start from year 7.
Before secondary, not breaking the chain of conversation, but before secondary, I remember you touching on a point. I want to say this, like, it was hard for my mother. It was very hard for my mom. It was very hard for my man with my sister. And me,
I was going to mention you had siblings.
Yeah, and my sister is older than I and my brother. It was hard. She worked a lot. She worked a lot, domestic work, because at that time she wasn't skilled with a trade or something like to keep her going and a steady income. Yeah. So it was a lot. So she pushed us through. She always, my mom with nothing.
She did what she could.
Little or nothing. She sent us school.
Did mum go to get another trade? Did she ever go to study again? Maybe nursing, assistant nurse, anything like that along
Later in life, my mum gained a qualification when I was in my late teens. She went and being a qualified assistant. But at that time, with the little education she have, because my mum is a country girl that come to Kingston, yeah? So with the little education she have and stuff like that, she pushed us through school. It was hard, you know? I remember fainting for hungry at school, you know? Wow. Fainting, literally faint.
Is this primary or secondary?
That's just primary school.
Okay.
I remember faint, but because I love school so much, I keep going whether I'm eating or not. Whether I've got school clothes, whether my school pants have rips or...
Because you had a dream.
I love school. It's not a dream. I just love school. I just want to be with my friends. That's all. Yeah. And that's where my friends going to be. Yeah. School. So yeah, it was hard. It was rough for my mom. I remember my mom, because my mom, I grew up, my mom haven't got a house for herself. It's just tenement yard, rent and them things. She's boxing from one tenement yard to another. While everyone I know, all my friends have a permanent address, a permanent yard. We just boxing in the community. Yeah. This minute, we live here, so next minute we move, pack up and go and live next door. Yeah. Who does that? You're moving house, you're packing up and live next door. Yeah, so that's why my mom will keep circling the community. But yeah, just to survive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my mom, I must give kudos to my mom. She done a great job with me, my sister, and my brother. So that's primary school, and that's my life in primary school and how my primary school went. I'm a very good student.
Yeah, so she tried regardless of anything.
She pushed.
She made sure she pushed.
She gave us
to make sure you guys had education.
Two things my mom gave us. Me, my sister, my brother. She gave us education. She didn't give us the best education, but to me it's the best. She teaches us the fear of God. My mom teaches about God every day.
So she took you guys to church?
Every day we used to go to church. I was a good.
What was that like?
It was great.
I love church. I love church.
I love church. Mom is always in church, praising God. Yeah. Always, she's doing an offering, everything, typical Christian. You understand? But sometimes she step aside. From I know my mom, the time she spent being a sinner in the world is minimum. Compared to the time she spent being a Christian
in church and bringing you guys
and bringing us. So
and
she
what was
always
it like for you? How did you feel?
It's still here.
Church?
It's still here. I love church. I love church. Every week without fear, I go on the pulpit to recite the Bible verses.
And what would that be? Can you remember?
I remember a lot of them.
Okay, can you give me one verse. Give me one verse from the Bible.
I can give many five. New Testament or Old Testament?
Old Testament.
Like for example, like the books of the Bible, Genesis, Mark, Exodus, Leviticus, Psalms, Proverbs, Deuteronomy, 1st and 2nd Samuel, 1st and 2nd Kings, Joshua, Isaiah, Noah, Choir. I could give you all the books of the Bible. Okay.
I'm not asking you to name the books, though, because we can do that. What I'm asking you for is to give me a scripture, a verse from a particular part. So if I was to say Psalms 1,
I'm gonna give you something better.
Okay, so give me something.
I'm gonna give you a treat.
Give me something. I'm
gonna give you a treat.
Can I smoke? Oh yes, it's your birthday. Enjoy.
I'm gonna give you a treat.
You said you're gonna give me a treat, and you're gonna treat me to one of the verses from the Bible. So name that verse. Read that scripture.
I'm gonna give you something better than a scripture.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you something better than a scripture. I'm gonna treat you.
Just one scripture, one verse. It could be from Genesis to Revelation.
Okay, let me give you verse. Let me give you a verse. Shortest verse in the Bible is Jesus wept.
Jesus wept.
Yeah, that's the shortest Bible verse in the book. I can't tell you at this moment because I'm a bit rusty, but the shortest Bible verse in the book of the Bible is Jesus wept. And also the Samson story where this powerful guy, this king, and he gave his power to a woman because he's loved. And that old
Samson,
I could relate to Samson. I could relate to Nebuchadnezzar, the only man that never died. Is it not Nebuchadnezzar? Elijah. The only man that the book of the Bible speaks of that never died.
Like you said, you're a little
understand?
bit...
And I could also tell you that no man on this earth have ever seen God. There's only one person, and I think it's that Elijah guy that felt his full presence of the Lord.
Jesus Christ.
You understand? And he have to be placed in... Let me finish, because you get me wind up.
No, go ahead.
He have to be placed in between the two mountains. And he just glimpses the beauty or the magic or the power of God. Elijah.
Do you know what? Because it's your birthday and we're good friends, and I don't want to hot you up on the subject of pride. You can. No. Because it's gonna go another way.
No,
this is not about religion. No, we're not gonna take it there tonight because you see where you're going. I have to open I have my Bible, by the way. My Bible's over there. But where you're going, I don't want to get into a sermon right now, but you know what? God is with you, and He always has been. Because I know that you really do trust in God and you believe in Him.
I do.
But I think that you just need a little bit more.
I need a little rolling up and stuff like that. Grandma.
Yeah.
Such a strong, powerful black woman. A relation with my grandmother teaches me the appreciation of humbleness.
Can I ask you, because I know that a lot of Jamaicans don't know their grandparents' names, so to speak. They just know grandma and grandpa. Did you know your grandmother's name?
Yeah, grandmother. Zelda Wright.
Zelda Wright.
Zelda Wright. I remember my grandma. My grandma, every time I go down to Jamaica, I have to sit on her grave. Yeah, so my grandmother is a strong influence on me, my sister, my brother, and life as well. And I
have so much respect for the elderly.
Yeah.
So if you see me kind of welling up, it's because grandmothers, grandfathers, I respect the elder generation so much because they're the reason why we're here.
Definitely.
They're the reason why we're able to do this right now.
Definitely.
So respect to your grandmother, rest in peace to your grandmother Zelda. I take it your grandmother's no longer here, rest in peace. When your grandmother passed, how was that for your mother?
Well, my grandmother passed. It was a sad time for my mother. My mother slowed down her life. My grandmother passed late, probably late in my life when I was here, living here, settled here, have my kids and everything.
Okay.
But it was a sad time for my mom. My mother went back home from Kingston, and she's never come back to Kingston ever since. She's on the property, taking care of him, looking after the house, and just emulating what her mom.
Your grandmother's land.
Yeah, just.
So your mother went back to your grandmother's land.
Yeah,
okay.
Just emulating everything my grandmother do now. But my mom is more settled now to me compared to when my grandmother was alive. When my grandmother was alive, my mom was in town, Kingston, just doing one job to the next, working at the hospital,
but
balancing it. But now she's, to me, I don't know how she feels, but to me and my brother and my sister, I feel she's more settled now and get in tune with who she really is.
Grandmother's passed, mother's taken over, mother's kind of shaping her future now. So you're in secondary school. Secondary school, how did that pan out?
Until 9th grade, I was doing big things in school. But then secondary school, I start seeing where kids start being themselves. That's where I see everything unfold, where I could look at my friend, he's going to be a gambler, he's going to be a bad boy, she's going to do good in life. Like, I start analyzing my friends, but I could see people patterns and correct myself from people pattern. Because
was he quite accurate?
Very accurate, very accurate. At a young age, depending on my friends, my close friends and my close circles. And I've always maintained my negative friend, but I've always maintained positive friends.
Yes.
I've always maintained Christian friends. I've always maintained society friends. I've always do that. And I don't just maintain the dunce friend and the arrogant friend. I've always have friends in different places to this day.
Yes.
You understand? I've never could live my life without two gangster friends, and I can never live my life without someone I could call and say, I got an idea. I've always had friends like that. I've got friends like that in Jamaica, and I've got friends like that here. You understand? So ever since I could look at someone and say, I don't want to be like that. I want to be like that. I want to, that person is doing a good thing. Let me structure myself, you understand, to get the result like that I need.
Yeah.
You understand? So I was always on the edge, but I try not to be over the negative side too much.
Yeah.
I could be negative a lot because I know how, as I said.
If you saw where they were falling by the wayside, you'd be able to reach out and touch, grab them up.
No, I don't grab them up.
Oh, you didn't?
I grab myself.
Okay.
Say, for example, in primary school, I have friends who gamble.
Yes.
A lot. At the end of the day, during class, they'll go at the back of the class and gamble. I always go with them, but I've never participated.
Good.
Because that's something that, as I said, from primary school to church and everything, I know that's something bad. Remember when Jesus kick up the whole gambling, mash up.
It all up.
So I've got to teach me, so I know I don't want to gamble.
Yes.
I've never steal.
Yes.
Well, different from the milk and the liquor bread in the house and stuff like that. I've always, I'm not a stealer. I'm not a robber. You understand? Because that has been instilled in me from the biblical days, and from my mom, and then she put that in us. So my friends who become thieves, gunman, raper, whatever they become, I've always aware of the negative and what the negative will
kind
bring.
of impact it would have on you.
Okay.
So you said, I don't want this in my life.
Yeah, but they're still my friends.
About to go.
They're still my friends.
Yes.
But I don't want to go that way.
So when they called you one side and said, yo, we have this thing to go and take care of, you know?
And the problem is from I was small, I wasn't the guy that you call. It doesn't matter how old you are, I'm the one who called you. And that's how I grow. Because as I said, I catch on quick. I know the penalty for everything bad I've done. Ever since I was small, I know the penalty.
But it's going to,
what's it going to lead to?
The effects, and yes. So, Chipsy, where did that come in?
In same time in secondary school.
Okay, so
as soon as we go secondary school, I've got some friends like Kerry Harnett, Kerry Winter, Christopher Thomas, Big Boy, two big boy. You understand? Howard. Big boys. Yeah, I got some friends. I got some friends and a guy named Dalton Prendergast O'Neill. He died now. Rest his soul. My good friend.
Okay.
You understand? Those are the guys.
Him a bit later.
Yeah, those are the guys that give me the name Chipsy.
Yeah.
Because I used to love banana chips. So I would have banana chips in my 4-pack, 5 pockets.
I wish I had a pack for you right now.
I know, I love
just so I could call you
my banana chips.
I watch you eating the banana chips.
I would have packed chips on me. So in secondary school, I remember the day when we was all saying, "Oh, what's your name again?" I was like, "Oh, my name is Kevin Fullerton."
Yeah.
Or someone said, "Oh, my name is Christopher Thomas."
Yeah.
Or my name is Aura Laird.
Yeah.
You understand? Or my name is Dave. You understand? I say, "Oh, that's too long. I call you Big Head. Oh, we call you Skin Teeth. You get me? We call you Chipsy." We just start giving each other names. The names are more catchy.
Yeah.
So that's where we get there. As soon as I go secondary school,
did the
that's
girls call you Chipsy? Or
everyone could teachers call me Chipsy. Even my mom call me Chipsy.
Wow.
Even my, because that name suits me so much.
So well, yeah.
Everyone called. My sister started calling me Chipsy. My brother started calling me Chipsy. That name take over my whole community.
Wow.
This time now, I'm not living in Standpipe. Because as I said, my mom moved a lot. So this time we are living in Kintyre.
Yeah.
The community of Kintyre. We are now at the age 10 to 12.
Yeah.
I moved to Kintyre, and that's where I see a whole different set of people, a whole different community.
Yeah.
You understand? Now I'm Chipsy in that community, going to my high school and everything.
Wow. Whew. God, Chipsy. So music-wise, so you got into a bit of music along the way.
In secondary school again, I was good at like mechanic, because I want to emulate my dad. He's a great mechanic. Yeah, so I make sure I master the vocational course. At that time in secondary school, you have like vocational course. You can choose what you want to do,
right?
Then I study.
What was your major or minor?
I love art, but that was natural to me.
Okay.
Ever since that was natural, I'll just pick that anyway.
Okay.
So art, music, and mechanic.
Right.
I wasn't so interested in mechanic. At that time in my head, I was more doing it because I want to emulate my dad. You understand? So he didn't tell me to do it, but I just want to do it. You understand? But art and music. I remember singing on stage at my secondary school. I remember playing the keyboard at secondary.
You were singing?
Singing at stage.
Oh, wow.
I could tell you.
Do you want to give us a clip? Do you remember the song that you sang on that night?
I remember singing this song at secondary school. I don't remember the words, but I could go.
Go ahead.
Tell me, fair lady, what stirs my heart? You know, young Cupid, this is his dart. You know, young Cupid. It's kind of up.
Opera.
It's kind of giving that.
You got that posh thing going on.
Sounds good.
It sounds
good at music.
It sounds like a Church of England school.
Yes.
Right.
So I was good at music. I was selected to play certain organs and certain instruments, and I was selected. I was good at music. From the singing to the actual instrument playing.
Okay, so we're kind of going. I'm figuring we're going into the 80s. Secondary school was the 80s. Okay, so 80s. Yeah. So this time we've got man like, I don't know, Bounty Killer, Beanie Man.
There was no Bounty Killer.
There was no
time.
Okay, so
I'm
going too far.
Them time it was Bob Marley.
Oh,
them time it was Bob Marley.
So
in the 80s,
sound systems.
Growing up, it was sound systems have comedians. Yeah.
No.
Them time we knew about Bob Marley. We know that the song on the radio was a #1 song. It was, ooh, wah. Police in the area. Because those the songs that my dad would listen.
Right.
You understand? Police, and my mom would listen to Police in the area. Boy, Michigan and Smiley.
Okay.
There was no bunch of
I remember Smiley. I got too old.
And Rubber Roberts or whatever they used to call.
Okay.
That was my genre in the 80s. Those are the guys that mashing up the place.
So you know what? Just to throw in a little fun there. Did you watch the film called Smile Orange?
Yes, I watched that when I was.
You gave him your list.
I watched that when I was bigger.
I remember that film. Yeah. So year 9, what was your focus like in year 9?
Year 9 was when everything changed.
Okay.
Like, I don't know if it's for the bad or for the worst. Best, but year 9 when I start seeing everything different. Yeah. So now my friends and we started dressing up. We started bringing our mirrors to school, our comb, our hairbrush. We would wash our face 50 times with cake soap.
Was you not doing this before?
No. My eye just clocked onto the fashion.
Okay.
It's not only me, my friends as well. So my friends, we start dressing up, come to school now. Now we start, it was barefoot pants. Now we start, at that time, in school.
Okay.
Yeah, it was no tight jeans and them things.
Yeah,
so we would like let the pants, we would let out, pull our pants. I would.
Because what are you talking, 70s here? Is this 80s here?
80s.
80s, sorry.
Late 80s.
Because you're 50s.
Early 80s.
Because
Late
you're a
80s.
big man today.
Like, yeah.
Okay.
So
yeah.
I would like start using what I've got. I could sew, yeah? So I would like start
Fashion
letting out my
designer.
pants, letting out my shirt, or taking my shirt with hand stitch
Right.
myself.
Wow.
To like, that's what's been in now in the 80s. So I would try emulate like the fashion that I see, and then that in itself distract me from school. Now every boy in the school have to have a cool face, so I wash my face with cake soap.
Cake soap. Is this blue?
Blue Bomber.
This is what people used to use on white clothes to keep white clothes.
Yes.
So did this lead to bleaching then?
No.
Okay.
Cake soap is not.
Okay.
When you wash your face with clean soap, it keep your face have no oil residue
Really?
for like a whole day. And so we wash yourself face with cake soap.
Disclaimer. Disclaimer. Don't start washing your face with cake soap now.
So we wash yourself with cake soap. So make sure my seam in my pants are straight.
Yeah.
You could cut a slice of bread with my seam in my pants.
Jeez, that's what
So
my grandmother
now
used to say.
I'm
yeah.
taking more pride in, at that time now about 12, 13, 14, 15, I'm taking pride in my appearance.
Wow.
So that's not the distraction from school. That's become...
So you became a dress how you wish to be addressed type of
Yes.
person.
Yes.
So when people started seeing you, you know, you had the nose ring, you had the earrings, you had the dress, the suit. When you started to take on, formulate that type of look, people started to address you more.
When I start family, and this is what I know, from them time, because I pick up on things, from them times, at the age of 12, 13, 14, I realized how you dress is how people perceive you.
Yes, dress how you wish to be addressed.
Now I'm starting to attract a whole different set of people as friends.
Yeah.
You understand? Now I start to attract the bigger guys. You understand? Now my friends that used to give jokes and in school, they're growing up as well, but they're attracting their own. Who is gambler, start going to book the gambling shop at evening time.
Yeah.
Who is thief, start having idea, oh boy, we're going to lick the canteen today. You get me? So
Everyone started branching off. So where was your mind going at this point? Where did you say, what, this is not for me or this is for me? Where was the fork in the road?
I like dressing up.
Right.
Yeah, I like dress. So I think I took that route.
Fashion.
Yeah, I think I took that route. I really like dressing up, and as I said, the dressing up come from ever since I was primary school.
Yeah.
I started doing dressing up in some weird way before I was in high school. I remember the first time I experimented with fashion is when I was about 6, 7, 8. I don't remember my memory, but she could tell you. I had an auntie in Canada at the time, Auntie Cassie. She used to send them the Woolbrook them. Every 4 years, no one, then you see some barrel come.
Things coming down.
Boxes, it wasn't
from
barrel.
Auntie Cassie
It
in
was
Canada.
boxes. And when she's the only person I ever known in any family, both on my mom's side and my dad's side, has been living abroad.
Right.
But occasionally, every 4 years, every 10 years, like, I always hear my mom and my aunties talking about Auntie Cassie and my uncles. I was the kind of guy who grew up never know nobody at foreign or anything.
Right.
So I remember a barrel come, a box, there was boxes, our suitcase come from foreign. And my aunties in Standpipe and everybody used to just share up. And I remember going to, my mom went to collect her bits from the leftovers. And then my mom would say, oh, this is for my sister, Wendy. There's mostly female clothes. And then Wendy, you could wear this jacket. Wendy, you could wear this pants. Wendy, you could wear sweaters, bare sweater. So I keep seeing everything going around to my big cousins and everything. I see nothing coming to me. So I see a red shoes, a gentleman, well shine.
Hey. Okay. Fashionista. You saw the potential.
I saw the potential.
Whoo.
While cheering out and everybody get, but I couldn't say nothing because I'm like a kid.
Yeah.
And everything was dish out. And they said, oh, at the end, I remember my mom said to me, I was about 5, you know. No, I was about 6, 7. I remember once I said, oh, Kevin, like nothing come for you.
Oh dear. I think we all went through those days. I went through those days in the States.
Mom said, Mom, what happened to that shoes?
Yeah, those ones there.
I said, Mommy, what happened to that shoes?
Oh God.
And she said to me, boy, you don't have nothing to wear it with.
Yes.
And furthermore, it's not your size. It was it's like ahead of me. That shoes was like 3 years ahead of me.
It's crazy.
I said, Mommy, I need it. Remember, I haven't got no school shoes.
Yes.
I remember mom gave me that red shoes. That red shoes, I had it, and I had it for days, weeks. So how can I wear it? But you know, in Jamaica, you got your slippers, and you got your school shoes, and your school shoes is your church shoes.
Yeah.
You don't got many choices. Your school shoes, you got a little yard slippers, which you would buy down, and your school shoes is your dressing up shoes, your church shoes.
Yeah.
Your shoes, school shoes was in case hospital,
Christening.
you need that. In case christening,
wedding,
anything. So the red shoes was the man. So I remember my yard slippers ripped. So now I only was left with my red shoes. My mom couldn't afford it. She could barely put food on the pot in the evening time. You understand? So I just said, you know what? It's time to jump out in the red shoes. But because I was naturally talented at the time as an artist.
Did the school allow you to wear them in?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There was no restriction. Because remember, at that time, I grew up seeing kids going barefoot to school.
Yeah, yeah. So whatever you had on your feet was just
yeah. I remember growing up seeing kids going barefoot to school and wearing plastic bags at their bags.
Wow.
So we was poor.
Yeah.
But I grew up seeing poorer kids, and that's why I always give God thanks for what I have.
Yeah.
I always thank the universe for what I have. Because I know there's always, in every situation of my life, I know there's always worse. People million times worse. So whatever I have from them time to this time, I've always thanked God.
Yeah.
You know? So that red shoes, I wear it to church. Just like now, I would have the red shoes and nothing to match. Well, I would get a red flowers and put it in my top pocket to carry off. If I'm going to school, the shoes is red, I would put a red, I would use my paintbrush, because I'm a good artist, or my markers, and put a red slash on my bag.
Just to match with
to match with my shoes.
To break
or I would put a red lining or a red writing. Just write something on my, like I would write John Sport.
Wow.
Or that John Sport wasn't in fashion that time. I would write something that would match with my red shoes. So I wear my red shoes, go school, hospital, wedding, christening. And that's why when I realized, at the age of 5, that's when I started experimenting with fashion. Back to when I was 9th grade.
So hold on there. So you're now wearing, you're putting a little slash in the bag or a slash on the pants, wherever you could find it. The girls. That must have drawn their attention. That must have drawn their attention. I mean, if I was in school and I saw you coming in with a little slash here, a little red here, you know, maybe a red earring, I don't know, because you were bored, you know, quite early. So
I was experimenting with red hair, green hair. I was that type of kid. I was just dyeing my hair. I was exploring with fashion. It's the 80s, you know. Remember?
What was that like in school, though?
It was perfect.
You were allowed?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
There was no restriction.
Okay.
You got guys doing Shabba Rank, and then these times now in 9th grade, you have Shabba Rank and Ninja Man. You have Tiger. You got all those entertainers coming with fashion as well. It's the late 80s going down now. So all those American fashion start blowing up in Jamaica. So you got the hairstyle, the clothes, the big baggy pants, the baggy puffer jackets, everything. So I couldn't afford it, but what I've got, if I need a puffer jacket, I'll just bust my school shirt, put a piece of blue thing, let it look bigger, because I could hand stitch.
Oh wow!
So I didn't have clothes. I didn't have no one sending me clothes, or my mom never buying me no clothes.
You had to work with what you had.
I had to work with what I have. What I used to do growing up them time, at 9th grade, 8th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, I used to go Pablo's in Jamaica. There's a cloth store, and I used to like buy cloth and hand stitch whatever I need to adjust. I used to go Pablo's and buy dye. Say for example, I go Pablo's and get a white cloth, jeans material. I had a friend, he's young at the time, he was very, I must big up this guy too, Paul Colley, I'll big up yourself, Paul Colley. As a young guy like me, he was very gifted, talented with sewing. He's a fashion designer. So I go to him, he's got the machine and everything. I'll go to him as a young guy and he would build whatever, and I add my touch, and I would have a white pack of jeans.
Right.
You understand? And then I'll paint my style onto it. So I would wear that white pack of jeans for New Year's, for example. Then Easter, that white pack of jeans, I dye it in blue. No, I didn't dye it in blue. I would dye that white pack of jeans in orange. So in Easter, I would have an orange jeans and a green shirt. I would do the tops. So each time I'm going somewhere, big holiday, you see me in different clothes, but it's the same clothes that's presented in a different way.
Different way every time.
And that's not because it's out of poorness. I couldn't afford it. I don't know, nobody's sending me things from foreign.
You had to make it work.
But I let it work. So them times I start experimenting with fashion, and I have to be brave. Fashion, you have to be brave. Extremely brave.
Did anyone notice this though? Like your mother? Did anyone in your family say, this guy knows
My mother and my
fashion?
sister. My mother and my sister, my brother know.
Yeah.
My mother and sister know
Yeah.
I'm very creative.
And your friends?
My friends knows that already. My
And
friends
the
know.
girls. Back to the girls, because I think it slid past. Did the girls see this in you? Because this is a talent. To be able to change.
Let me put our glasses for this one.
Okay, put your glasses on. Let's get ready to rumble.
You're kidding me.
I remember there was this guy at school.
Yeah.
His name was Michael. I'll just leave it there. He'll know who he is, from Archbishop Michael Ramsey. And he always dressed smooth, intelligent, like clean. This is what I'm getting from you. Smooth, intelligent, clean. The girls must have seen this now. So when the girls are seeing this, what happened? There must have been something that clicked. Like
It did.
So from Kevin,
Yeah.
Chipsy, then did Sebastian come in?
No,
or
there's no Lord Sebastian.
Okay,
at the
not
time.
yet. Okay, so,
Not yet.
So fill me in, please.
Okay, so at that age, 15 now, going on to 16, I grew up skinny. I got big eyes. I grew up, because I'm skinny, my eyes shows more. Got massive eyes. Bulging eyes. I grew up with a black, I don't know if you noticed, there's a black lining over my eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, my two eyes, there's black lining. People always ask me if I'm sick or something, yeah? But I've never said, that's just my features. Yeah, I grew up really skinny and crony and wishy-washy. So I wasn't confident within myself at that time still. There was no girls and no... But at that age, there's a girl from my community, much younger, about 2 years old younger than me at that time, or 3 years younger than me, Stacy.
Right.
And she took interest in me, and it was about me. It wasn't about my clothes. It wasn't about how the friends I have. She just liked me as me.
Yeah.
And she became my first girlfriend.
Right.
Yeah, and so for a long time, 14, 15, 16, 17, 16, I was juggling Stacy. Yeah, from my community.
What do you mean juggling?
Not juggling.
You was dating Stacy.
And I was happy dating Stacy
right.
as my first girlfriend.
Yes.
She loved me.
Yes.
She would share what she... That's the first time I realized love. Different from my mom, my sister, and my brother.
Yeah.
Because I know my mom, my sister, and my brother love me. If no one loved me, I know them love me to this day.
Yes.
So I experienced love.
Big up Stacy.
From Stacy. She shared everything she have with me. She share her knowledge, she share her lunch. If she get lunch money, she know my mom is more poor. She grew up in a mother and father home.
Right.
So she share her lunch money for if she buy lunch at school. She used to went to New Day, All Age, or whatever it was at the time. She would come back home to the community, Kintyre, and share her lunch with me.
Wow.
So she was my childhood girlfriend. I was the first man for her, and she was actually the first girl for me. So as a late starter.
Impurity? I don't want to sound too
Impurity.
much, but you know, people are going to think, hold on, was this virginity breaking?
Yes.
Okay.
Impurity. She was the first girl for me. Before that, we daddy house and everything. It doesn't count.
Yeah,
you
mom and
understand?
daddy.
But Stacey's my first girlfriend where her mom know me, her dad know me, my mom welcome her. At 16, it was no sex. Our parents didn't know that we're having sex of such.
Was you having sex?
Yeah.
Oh, you was?
Yeah. But our parents didn't know that we was having sex. It was just innocent boyfriend and girlfriend. But we do our little dodgy, raunchy stuff occasionally.
Yeah.
You understand? And yeah, that was my first girlfriend.
Did you even understand at that age?
Yeah, my knowledge started opening up now about sex. The same guy named Romy now, 17, I become friends with him. As I say, he was older, and he started expose me to his friends.
Yeah.
So now I'm in Kintyre community. I'm spreading my wings mentally as a young man and experiment. And
so you got Stacy there. Romy's opening up to another community.
Yeah, Romy's opening to hot boy community.
Right.
Because those guys were into music and raving and party. So he's opened me and he introduced me to his next best friend, which is Pepsi. Big up yourself, Pepsi. You understand? From Kintyre as well, from my community. And he exposed to my virgin named Pepsi. Right. Pepsi now was Romy, a bit older than Romy, but he was more out there because he's the brother of entertainer Major Mackerel.
Okay.
Yeah, and that a Major Mackerel in the late 80s, early 90s now, Major Mackerel is getting his first hit. You understand? Okay. So Pepsi was more out there, trying, as a young man himself, trying to make himself on the entertainment segment. He used to DJ, he used to promote, and so I was experimenting with a different idea of a young man, different from my community.
And exposed to so much.
Yeah, I was exposing now to the older girls,
Yes.
older females, entertainer, music industry. Even though in my community, Kintyre, I was famous in my community. I was a community artist.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what those guys took me from Kintyre mentally. Even though I was living in Kintyre, I experienced a whole different of adult life. So now I start seeing, it's easy now to see how those guys operate. It's easy now at 16, 17 to speak to older ladies, because now big woman was a fashion them time.
But what's happening with Stacey?
Stacey now, I start neglected Stacey.
Okay.
I start experiment with older women.
Yeah.
You understand? That's what I see my friends doing. They're expecting women that have their little room now, one room now, woman that...
When you say older, how much older? You're like...
I was like
15
16,
okay,
15 to 17.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
at that
these
time.
Women were...
These women were 20, 22, 25. Not
Quite
much
grown.
older, but 22, 25 and stuff like that.
Not much older. Quite grown. Quite grown.
Yeah,
but
so so because I'm going out with these guys now, and a guy named Gary Fitz in Papine, I'm a big up Gary Fitz from my community. Those guys like expose me to what it's like to have an older woman that's already working, that got her place, that will say, oh, like provide a whole day meal.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, so you're getting the meals, they're feeding you.
Yeah.
Only God knows
Have
what
their own house and stuff like
God
that.
knows
So
what else.
yeah, so now I'm start sleeping out.
Yes.
I'm start going places with my friends and don't come home. Now my mom getting angry, get worried. Oh, you didn't come home.
And Stacey.
So you know, this time now, like Stacey now, like she's growing up. We're growing apart.
Where does that leave Mum?
Mom have to do her thing, you know. She have to work. She have to look after the house. She have to pay the rent in Kintyre. Rent, because I grew up with my mom in rent house. She have to pay the rent in Kintyre. Mm-hmm. She now have her own life. She now find a partner. She now get married.
Okay.
I'm talking at 16, 17, 18. She now getting married to a nice gentleman named Mr. Ralston. And she's doing her own thing, but she's trying to keep her best. My sister now find her husband.
Wow.
So she's moved out of my mom's house.
Sister's older, right?
My
Brother's
older
younger.
sister.
Okay,
Yeah, so she
perfect,
moved out of my house. It's just my brother and myself. And I'm now beginning the process of moving out of my mom's home. I'm start sleeping with these big women. I'm start sleeping in weekends, weeks with these big women. 'Cause that's what I see my friends doing. My friends go jungle and then they come back. My friends go down.
You said jungle Rima.
Jungle Rima. I got
okay.
friends now. I'm linking with bigger friends. I leave my community now.
Yeah.
I leave my little friends now.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm still in the community.
Yeah.
But my interest is out, wider.
Right.
So I'm linking with girls from Portmore that got a whole like a flat. The girls them that live down Stadium, Nannyville. I'm seeing going down Nannyville, spending a few nights down there. I'm starting Jungle, Rima, wherever the girls are.
Yeah.
Wherever friends have girls, I get a girl there and we.
That's where you're going.
But I'm still in my community, but I'm exploring out.
So you're in the fashion, you're in the music, you're in your community,
Yes.
you're
We start
out
going
there
rave,
now.
we start going house of Leo, because that's what my friends doing.
Yes.
My friends who is more now. You get me? So I start going house of Leo, I start going Jaguar nightclub. I remember going to Jaguar nightclub every night. My mom didn't know. You understand? My mom
I mean, sorry to cut you, but did you feel like at any stage now did you feel like your dad? Did you feel like he was kind of, I don't know, emanating what your dad was doing, while your mother said that, you know, your father was out there, he was a bad man, he was a fashion guy, he was into, you know, your dad was into so many different things. Did you start feeling like your dad at any stage?
Yes, I always see him. Every step of my life, even now, remind me of my dad and how he lived his life. Okay. Every step of my life. Even now, I was having a conversation with my sister and say I'm too much like my dad. Everything how his life structured, that's how my life has been structured ever since.
How did you feel as though you was not attractive, you wasn't, you know, getting these girls, so to speak? Is that why you went to women, or was the women making you feel more attractive, or?
No. How I get into women is the bigger women choose me. I didn't choose them. Because I was skinny, I was tall. Because I was young and I got a lot of energy and I'm vibrant. I think it's what was more, at that time I was used for sexual.
They were using you for sexual purposes.
Yeah. But how I gained confidence, I remember I was in Kintyre, sitting, and there's a girl from our community, hot girl. She traveled all the time for our community, but a bit older, named Althea. I remember she fly down that evening, and me and my friends in Kintyre at the same age, about 15, 16, 17, were sitting down, me and my friend chatting boys, and Althea was like 2 minutes away from me, up the road. And she was staring at me. She just fly down in. I know her from she's small. She just fly down because she always travel. And she stepped away from her group and come to me. And she said to me, Chipsy, because I'm Chipsy. Chipsy, come here. And she called me away from her friends. And I stepped to her. And this is where I get confident. Big up yourself, Althea. You gave me that, yeah? She said to me, you know you're a handsome guy. I said, is it? She said, you're very, because she's up there, yeah, and I'm here with my friends, and she stepped away from her friends and called me away from my friends and said, but she's older, she's not looking me, she's not putting an argument to me, she just said, boost. You know you're a handsome guy, and I didn't see it. And I said, okay. And she said, you're a very handsome guy. If you ever get a chance to go foreign, women will bow at your feet.
Oh wow, so she put her mouth on you in hindsight.
She said to me,
she spoke it into existence. If I ever get a chance to go foreign, any foreign country, women will bow at my feet. And that's where my confidence began. I go back to my friends and... That's all she told you?
Yeah.
And she went away? And so it was not even a relationship between her?
No, she didn't look me or anything.
Oh wow.
She just complimented me.
Oh wow.
And that's when I went back to my friends. I didn't say nothing to my friends. I didn't say nothing. But I picked up on it. And that gave me confidence.
Wow.
In myself. Ever since that day, I'm so confident of my skinniness, my eyes, my buff teeth, my skinny legs. I'm so confident. Ever since that day. And the words you used to me, Althea, the words you used to me, Althea, that was so empowered.
Yes.
And I felt the same energy today.
Yes.
Yes. So that's really when good. Wow. That's when I start attracted naturally every females. So
when Althea put that into your head, when she instilled that into your mind, did you say to myself, I can't wait for God foreign?
No.
Or, okay, so you was just
I wasn't foreign minded.
Just like, you know what? It is what it is.
Because growing up, I wasn't foreign minded.
Yeah, cool.
Remember, I don't know no one from foreign. All my friends getting barrels.
Yeah.
All my friends getting money. All my friends, people coming down. I wasn't interested. I haven't got no idea or clue of going foreign. I don't know no one in foreign. The compliment she gave me as a young teenager.
It's a good boost,
It's everything. Althea, you done it.
Till this day. Althea, thank you so much. This is my friend, but it's so good.
Day, every time anything negative where my personality and my looks comes around, I always remember Althea words.
So at what stage should you say, you know what? I think it's about time that I explore the world.
No, I didn't think that.
Oh, you didn't think that?
At that time when Althea, I still have friends. As I said, I always maintain good, bad, evil friends. At that time, my friend Ian got a break to come to England. For some reason, they were way poorer than me. And this is how I know that how you grow up doesn't determine who you're going to be.
Right.
Because we were poor. I remember I was really poor. My mom was really poor.
But that's left you. So let's
It didn't left me yet. It didn't left me yet.
Okay, really? So even after Althea,
my mom was really poor, and even though we were poor, where I would come from school, my brother would wear my school clothes to go to his shift to his school. Same school, but I was on a different shift at one point. My brother, so we wear the same clothes. My brother would have to wait till I come from school, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and then he put on my clothes and then go to school. That's how poor we is. But my friend who get the break to come to England, we was a good friend. I used to have him head back in everything. Growing up as a child, you know, you have a best friend. He managed to come to England.
Wow.
I remember he said to me, Kevin, me get a break, you know, and he fly out.
Right.
The day he fly out, I heard nothing from him. Nothing from him. I know he's my friend. I know he was my friend. I know he genuinely is my friend within the heart. And I get nothing from him. I heard nothing from him till about, he fly out when I was about 15, 16, 17. And I heard nothing from him until I was at 19, 20. I'm still dressed well in my community, plus I'm an artist. In my community, I was like a golden boy. I mean, I was the only artist in the whole of my community. You understand? So I would paint, and when people making shops, I would paint, write the names on the shop. Major Mackerel Cape Town just get bust now in the early 90s.
You're doing this.
I was writing the name on the trousers and stuff like collecting. So I was making money to now buy shoes. I go to town to buy shoes because of my natural gift from my art. So I was making money. So I was just still doing my thing. You understand? Still flexing with these guys, older guys, Pepsi and Romy. Now these guys start promoting raves. So I remember my friend Pringle fly down and start keep on the roof down half a tree every week. They really know no Passa and Bosa Wednesday and Uptown Monday. It wasn't known as my friend Pringle, Pepsi, Romy. We organized what we start keeping pan the roof and stuff like that. Now Bogle fly down, get deport, Willie Agat, Topless Crew, Rodigan, this guy. guy named Radigan.
Oh, wow.
And we were in all that mix because I said my friend have the upper Pepsi.
Sliding doors.
My friend Pepsi now have the opportunity to mix with those guys because his brothers are big entertainers. Them time Major Mackie was the biggest sensation in Jamaica. So I seen Merciless, Future Trouble, all those entertainers when they just bust. I have first hand. And then plus I used to flex with that guy named Scanning Man, Carl. He was junior read right hand at the time. You understand? So he raped me as a little youth and he raped my dress sense and everything. So he used to take me to shows and stuff like that. So I started mixing with entertainer. So now the music bit, when I was smaller, grabbed me.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in promoting, I'm interested in music. I was wondering if I should become a singer. I was playing around my career. One thing with me, ever since I know myself, I know there's opportunities. There's always opportunities. Just meaning
every
to grab.
level, yeah.
There's always opportunities. So I'm starting exploring with promoting, I'm starting exploring with business, having my own business and stuff like that.
The economy is changing, it's becoming quite rigorous when it comes to having people in your life now. So you've learned so much and you've gone so far. What are you looking at now? What does life look like for you? Because you wasn't foreign-minded, remember?
At that point, I know I want to be somebody. I know I don't want to be, because in Kent I grew up rough with my friends. I've got bad man friends. As I said, I had friends from outside of the woods. So in Kent I got my friends who were gangsters, but I knew that's not for me.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
I had other friends who started working 9 to 5. I worked 9 to 5, but I knew that wasn't for me as well. Because I got so
you
many,
weren't about that life.
I wasn't about the 9 to 5 thing, and I've seen how my mom work all her life, and she's still working hard and stuff. That wasn't for me. Even though my mind wasn't on traveling, I was trying to get myself out there. I want to be known now in my community more than just the little black artist, Marga guy in Adelaide. So I want to be like, I want people to know me. You understand? So I remember
by your name.
Yeah, I want people to remember me. So I said I'm gonna get into promoting. So I remember keeping my first promotion at the start. Cause now I have a style. I start lick-minded with the business people in my area as well. You understand? So there's a guy that have a liquor shop. I make friends with him. I didn't make friends because I'm a businessman. Now I make friends with everybody know me. In the older, the elder, the big man in my community, the guy that have the plazas, the guy that have the meat shop, so the elders, there's a big man in my community, Hugh Brown, Bigger, Miss Chin, Tama, elders in my community start look up to me and point their finger and say, that guy. So I remember keeping my first rave and all those people helped me.
Oh, you kept the rave back home?
Yeah, I kept a rave when I was about 16, 17.
Oh, wow.
I keep in the middle of Papine Square.
Right.
Yeah, I blocked the square.
Yeah.
So I had music, I have drinks, I have everything at my leisure. I have Major Mackerel, I have Cape Town, Sizzler, Just Boss.
Yeah.
I had all those connects to keep a rave. So I kept her. I have Monster Shack Crew, Roundhead was just down the road.
Oh, wow.
Monster Shack Crew was a top.
Yeah,
phenomenon. Whole uptown.
Yeah.
So I'm not friends with them, you know. But they know me and I know them. So I kept a rave at the day that time, and it's sold out. Even though it was collect to come in, I sell my liquor. I had 3 bars in the square. One set up on east, one set up on the west, and one set up on the south part of the square. Me alone.
Wow.
You understand? And I use what I know from my older friends and have a raise.
You must have been attracting the females. Come on, because Monster Shock, Sky Juice, this, that, like.
But I have the females, you know. But it wasn't so focused on the female. I always get females ever since that.
Not
girl
that you were focusing on them, but
I was focusing on become like a household name. Cause all my friend Romy was a household name. Right. He come from a big family.
Yeah.
His brother was a Dan. His big brother was a general. Like he come from, and then a Pepsi. His brother was a DJ. His next brother was a DJ. Like everyone have a name in my community because I go there to live, you know.
Yes.
I didn't born and grow there.
Yes.
So I'm building my name in the community. I keep the first rave.
Yeah.
And all those people I mentioned like supported me as a young individual from my community.
A young entrepreneur.
A young entrepreneur from my community.
A young entrepreneur.
So all those big people I told you, supported me, and I keep my first rave. And it was sell off.
Successful.
You understand?
Yeah.
And then come my first rave now, I met my first baby mother.
Okay.
A little before that, I met my first baby.
Love?
No, that's not my
mother,
first love.
You had Stacey.
That's not my first love.
So this is a second.
Stacey wasn't. I wouldn't say Stacey was my first love.
Okay.
She was my first girlfriend.
Okay,
At the time, I didn't know what.
So you didn't know what love was.
Love was.
Okay.
Different from my mother, my sister, and my brother.
Okay, so your first love then. When did that come in?
My first love is a beautiful light skin, browning, young, vibrant, full of life, full of energy, was a girl called Noreen.
Noreen. Okay.
Even the name, and that's what remind me. She was from a community. She was very vibrant. She was young at the time. She was way younger. She was about 3 years younger than me. So when I was about 18, 19, she was about 16, 17. I still live with my mom. My mom still live in Kintyre, but I'm more now unruly. My mom can't control me. She see me now and then, once in a blue moon. So I met this girl from the community of Hope Flat. It's in my area, but it's top side on the hill. She liked me, she liked me a lot, and we developed a relationship. I introduced her to my mom, she introduced me to her mom, I introduced her to my dad. Her brother and sister grew up with me at that time, they were younger, and I started staying with her at her house, and her mom and her brother and her sister. Everyone knows her at Big Ten. Yeah, that's a Mama Bird.
Okay.
Yeah, she was my first.
Was she quite thick?
No,
you say Big
she was
Ten, because I
thick.
like Jamaicans, they always give you a nickname for what you look like. So you say Big Ten. Tick. Like, what was she?
She was thick at that time, and who know her now, she wasn't fat.
Okay.
She was thick.
Not thick, yeah.
She was round in her legs, her thighs, her feet, her tummy.
PHAT, pretty hot and tempting.
Yes.
Okay.
Her complexion was glows. She was so beautiful.
Right.
And she decided to choose me as a boyfriend at that time.
Oh, wow.
So I'm 17, 18, 19 now, going up to my 20s.
Yeah.
And I have her as my girlfriend. We were dating for like a good 3 years. Proper close bond relationship. I actually lived with her. And she showed me what it is apart from my mom. Different from Stacey now. She showed me how if she make $100 on the road, but she was attractive. She was just a boobs up man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she would share whatever she get.
She did her thing. She knew how to run
She would share whatever she get with me. She would always make me look good.
Yes.
You understand? She's all about me. She loves me. She share a lot. Big Ten. You understand? She was my first actually person that
Big Ten.
Yeah.
Pick up yourself.
We call her Big Ten for our community, but she was always big for her age growing up. Yeah, and that's not fat, but grown. She's always grown.
I get it, because I was always big for my age.
Yeah, so we were grown. Her love was going. Her idea of the life was taking her a different place. My one was like on her, but there's a time come now after 3 years where she was going east, and my life was taking me west.
Yeah.
You understand? And we had fights at the time of like
arguments.
We saw
Not
fighting.
physical.
We saw fighting.
When you say fighting,
physical.
Physical?
Because she was so attractive, and she attract a lot of them time now. For a little girl, big man want her. Big man that drive bus, big man that drive car.
Yeah. She could get any man she wanted.
She got any man. She was so beautiful. And she was so pretty. Actually, Big Ten was the prettiest girl in my community.
Wow.
At that time. She was so fine with who she is. She was outspoken. She was loud. People said she was loud, but to me, she was outspoken.
Yeah.
She was brave.
She was an extrovert.
She was fearless.
She was, exactly. So people took to her north, south, east, and west.
So she was my girlfriend at the time. She was my first love. I fell in love with her and gave her my heart. My mom know her and everything. Yeah, and my brother know her, my sister. Everyone knows I was involved with her. But that relationship ended violently, where the love I had for her becomes violent.
Was you jealous?
Extremely jealous.
Wow.
So I think like she should do this or act this way or be this way because I'm with her.
And Big Ten weren't about that life.
She was a rebel. So we fight. I cried. That's the first person I cried to on her shoulder as a young boy. Wow. And I felt real pain without physically being attacked. Mental pain.
Wow.
That's the first person I ever cried.
How far did you go with Big Ten then?
Far. We shared a lot.
Did you have children together?
No, we didn't have children at that time because we were young and children wasn't of a discussion.
Yeah.
And well, we could have.
Yeah.
On several occasions we could have, but she was about her bag.
Are you still in touch with her till this day?
Yeah, we're still friends this day.
Okay.
I remember one night there was a big dance keeping in Student Union. That's a complex in our community, university, a big dance keeping, and I was chilling with her, was relaxing that night about 12 o'clock, 11 o'clock that night, and I said, I'm going home now, so I'm going back to Kintyre now. She lived at Topside Kintyre, so I was going back to Kintyre now, and she said, oh, she's going to bed. I said, yeah, I'm going to do that as well, yeah? So I went back to my house now. Then now my idea was to go to that dance. She had the same ideas as well.
To go to the same dance.
Go down, but she wasn't telling me. And I wasn't telling her. It was a big dance in my community.
I think I can visualize this already.
It was a big dance in Student Union with Bodyguard, Silverhawk.
Bodyguard.
Bodyguard, Silverhawk, Exodus 4x4. It was a big sound clash. Everyone from every adjoining community would be there.
Wow.
Yeah, so and all my friends, Pepsi, Rome, everybody was going there. So I remember, didn't tell her I was going there. She showed no interest at all. So I said, yeah, I'm gonna put my baby to bed, go home, get ready with my friends and go.
Sorry. Pull up, put my baby to bed.
Yeah. But she's a woman, isn't it? Big 10.
Oh,
You
Big
get
10.
me? Yeah, I was.
But you're not in the same place as her.
I was with her. I was with her before planning in my head.
Okay.
At her
So you're gonna
house.
put her to bed on the phone.
No, there was no mobile phone at the time. So I was chilling with her at her house with her mom.
You're gonna put her to bed, go to
And then
your
when
place.
I go home,
And you're gonna go to bed as well.
I'm gonna go to bed.
So you've not
thinking of
discussed
you.
with her that you're gonna go to this big
event.
event. Okay, and she's not discussing. What a calamity!
So I went to the event.
Yes.
Yeah. At that time, I went to the event. So I was just standing at the gate, waiting to go in. Just, when you go to a rave, you stand up at the gate, looking who is going in.
Yeah.
When I was there looking, guess who I see?
Oh God, that Big 10
I was there about 8 of my friends. Big 10.
rolling up, looking beautiful,
Standing as usual.
Jeez.
In the dress in a yellow and black tight suit.
Oh gosh.
So I said, Bomba clock. I see a bag of people around her. She was famous in my community.
Yes.
Big 10 is famous in my community.
Of course.
So I see a bag of people around her. Yeah, she was escorted in with bag of people around her. Her little friends and stuff, Daily and her little friends.
Yeah.
So when she got in, because I already know the people in, I pushed through the gate and got in with my friends. I said, come, let's go in. So I went in behind her and I tapped her and I said, raw. I thought you was in bed. You get me?
Big 10 said, I thought you was in bed.
Same thing. You get me? But I hold her with such intent. It's like I'm bullying her.
Yeah.
You understand? Same time, I see someone grab my shoulder. I say, who the fuck are you?
Oh. Another man?
Another man.
Oh, geez.
Grown man, big man.
Scratch my head.
So I look at him and I said to her, who is this? The young, tempered, arrogant, ignorant person I am, I started pushing her around. Like I said, who is this? And start punching her like, I'm wrong for that. No, I know. So you mentioned that I start pushing her around. Then the guy that hold on my shoulder, I see 4 of his friends around me.
Yeah.
Now I see none of my friends around me.
Yeah.
And they start punching.
Because these were dons. Bigger than you then.
They're police officers.
Oh, shoot.
These guys were police officers.
Shoot.
Yeah, so she was escorted in by a group of guys. One was with her, obviously, is a police guy. He was a handsome guy in our community. He's a police guy in the student union. He ride a bike.
She had taste.
Yes.
Yeah.
You understand?
She loved you, but she wanted you to stay in your lane. She had the officer, and he was in his own lane.
Yes.
And you've now seen what real life means.
Yes. So when I grabbed her, the guy made it start abuse me.
Yeah.
You saw kicking me up.
Ooh.
And I turned to him and started retaliated. And she said, no, Kevin, it's a police officer. So I frozen and they started kicking me. The police officer started kicking me and punching me.
Yeah.
And she's the same one that said, no, that's my boyfriend, to the police officer. And eventually the police officer let me go. The 4 guys let me go. And then I just take her my ankle and I start punching her. When I let her take her one place in the dance, in the back of the student union, start beating her up. I'm wrong, not proud of it, but I have to say I started beating.
You was hurt?
Yeah, I was hurt.
Yeah.
I started beating up her. And ever since that day, like, it wasn't the same with us. Because now I know she always had someone on the go.
So she was the first woman to break your heart in hindsight.
Yeah, she broke my heart in hindsight. So ever since that day, we started fighting a lot. She didn't left, but we started fighting and it didn't work. And I remember one day I cried and told her how much I love her. And yeah, it was such a sad occasion for me. My heart broke. I went back to my mom's house. I stayed for like a month crying, weeping.
Wow.
My mom started counseling, tell me how why
Of course, this is your first love.
And I've seen
this is your beauty, your queen, your everything. And you, as far as it must have been quite traumatizing.
Traumatizing. I was trembling at night. I have to do all sorts of sleep. So playing up on my head, all the memories of me and her, the beautiful memories. So that in itself break the relationship. She goes east, I goes west. But we still see each other because we're from the same community.
So how did you move on? So who was your second relationship after this terrible, traumatic split? Because there had to be a build-up for you to say, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I can't take this. So where did you go from here?
After a long while, it took a while for me to get over her, but I'm still involved in my going out, promoting, being a promoter. I keep several years after that. Met my girlfriend in Hermitage. My first
girlfriend in Hermitage?
Yeah.
Baby mother?
Baby, she become my baby mother. She become my son, my oldest son, mother.
Did she become a love of your life, or was you still scarred from your previous girlfriend?
No, I wasn't scarred because this person now is a whole different beauty.
Okay.
in her own self.
Yes.
So that distracted me from that first love.
Yeah, you now got a child. Somebody says to you, I am pregnant. What did that feel like when you heard, I'm pregnant? Because forget all the other girlfriends, the loves, the first and second, third loves, but somebody says to you, I'm pregnant. What did that feel like to you?
I was so excited becoming a new father. I've got hopes and dreams, how I want my son to be, and how I want my relationships to be, and how I want my life to be. So now I'm a provider. And so I was working to maintain my pregnant baby mother, give my son everything at that time, as any new father would do. Everything was about my son. That's my world now, and that's my baby mother. And plus she's dark skinned, she's beautiful, she's thick, she's attractive to me. She is the most beautiful thing to me. My mom know her, my sister know her. It's like, you get me? So she become my everything. My relationship with my son and his mom become everything. In those times as well, I still see other people.
Yeah.
But that was my main, that was my future.
So your father didn't grow with you, with your mother, but now you have a woman who is pregnant for you. You decided to, I'm gonna be there for you. You've gone to live with her, you're living together.
Yeah.
And you're going through this pregnancy. Did you see the pregnancy through, or did you?
All the way. I never
all
left
the way
I
through
never left her side.
until the day the child was born.
To this day. To this day.
And that's your eldest child.
That's my eldest.
Is it a boy
to
or
this
girl?
Day, boy.
Boy?
To this day, I've never left her side.
So that's a boy.
Even though we haven't got a relationship,
Okay.
I've never left her side.
You're still there.
Yeah, I'm still
this day.
there with her, and then we have a next son, but that's for later on.
Okay.
But that's what my mind made me become more mature. That's changed my life and my thoughts about life and how to be a man. Because what I didn't want at that time is to be similar to my father.
Right. And leave him.
And leave my son or any. I was there. I was a full-time dad.
That's really good.
I was a full-time dad to my son in every way you can think of.